Hello, my name is Elizabeth Ockford. I'm the Creative Director here at the Paper Partnership. I'd like to show you the second range of wallpapers we've done under my own name. It's called Chelwood. It's a collection of contemporary and classic designs. They're brought together with the use of metallic inks, textured inks that give a feel to the surface of the paper, and the printing techniques that I used to create them all. On the first page in the book, there's a couple of shots of me in my litho using printmaking techniques such as rollers and plates to create the textures and images. And we've got some litho shots with interiors showing you how they look in your home. The first design in the book is Fernhurst Damask. It's a very classical design, but we've printed it using 2 shades of metallic to give a burnished feel. Fernhurst Damask coordinates really tightly with Clayton Trellis and Pembury Plain. Through the first colour groups in the book, you'll always find these 3 designs grouped together. The plain Pembury was printed first, then the trellis was applied, and then the damask, so the plain always coordinates really tightly with the other 2 designs. At the beginning of the book, the 3 designs appear in cool contemporary neutrals. We have a beautiful soft aqua here with silvers and gilvers appearing on the top. Then the designs move into warmer, more classical colours. We have a soft biscuit shade here where you can see how all 3 colourings sit well together. And lastly, we have a rich, opulent metallic gold group. Fantastic for a classical interior. Here the book takes a more contemporary turn. We have Ditchling. It's a patchwork of metallic squares. And its companion, Arundel, which has a sort of coarse Hessian feel. In Ditchling, we've used a tactile ink which gives a raised surface to the paper. The texture it creates makes the metallic ink reflect light in different ways and adds greater depth to the paper. We've used the same tactile ink on Arundel, and here, subliminally, as you run your hand across the paper, it makes you think that you're running your hand across the surface of a fabric. Both of them appear here in quite a plummy dark shade, which works really well as a strong neutral with most colour schemes. Again, these designs appear in a palette of colours that go from cool to warm neutrals. Ditchling each time sitting with its companion Arundel, and here it appears in 2 coordinating tones. Here you can see how the 2 designs work in a much warmer, corn-coloured, softly golden neutral. Bexley is a very subtle design. It's a fine linen texture, but again we've used the same surface textured ink to give the impression of it actually being a fabric. It has a soft metallic sheen across the surface, and here we can see it in 2 very useful neutral tones. It appears in a broad variety of shades, all of which work really well through this book, Chelwood, but also coordinate well with my previous range of designs in Birchgrove Gardens. Here we have a soft aqua, a lovely blue, greys, silvers, creams, and lastly, the new plum tone that appears earlier in the book. The next design is called Ashdown. It's taken from the bark of the silver birch tree, and here, near our studio in Sussex, we have the Ashdown forest, where many of these trees can be found. They have a pearlescent beauty to their trunks, and we've interpreted that in this paper through the ground with a mica ink. On the surface, we've used a lightly textured ink to impersonate the feel of the bark of the tree. This colourway is the most naturalistic, how the trees look in nature. They're very striking in the forest with their white and black markings up their trunks. The bark has a wonderful pearlescent feel to it, and we've interpreted that in the paper with the mica ground. It comes in this striking black and white shade, warm corn tones, a biscuit beige, and a very strong, smart black. Finally in the book we have 2 designs, Petworth Damask and Midhurst Plain. Petworth House is a Palladian mansion in the heart of Sussex, and this damask imitates woven fabrics that would have been put on the walls of the house. To make it look and feel like the silk document that we took the design from, we've used both a mica ink on the surface to give little sparkles and again a textural ink to give the feel of the fabric. It's quite a bold scale of damask, but because each time it's softly coloured in tone on tone, it's very usable. The plain gives the appearance of a plain woven fabric on your wall. Petworth appears in warm neutrals. I love this rich butterscotchy colour, and a lovely warm comfortable cream. Then at the back of the book we have this delightfully peaceful aqua tone, and finally a very smart and usable linen white. And finally at the back of the book we have our usual very useful page full of information for your customers, pattern numbers, repeat sizes and a picture showing each design in its full glory.